Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Uwa from dataplan.ng. I hope you are all well. If you hear any sounds in the background, please ignore them. It's Bonfire Week in Diwali here in the UK. Today marks the beginning of our series on borrowing credit from the big four mobile network providers. We'll start with MTN, and the next video will be Glow, then Airtel, and then we'll end the series with 9 Mobile. So MTN provides a service called XtraTime, which allows eligible prepaid customers to access airtime on credit. It's open to everyone, but you must qualify, and there are 6 main criteria. We just look over here. Let me take us to the XtraTime page. Let's click on it there. There it comes up. So the first section tells us who can use the XtraTime service, how to access the code and receive an XtraTime credit. So I can list the 6 major criteria I've seen. I mean, on here there are only 5, but there's one more as I go through the list. So you must be a prepaid customer, you must have a registered MTN number, you must have been with MTN for more than 6 months, you must have spent at least 200 Naira each month for the last 3 months, and you must have no more than 12 Naira in your main account, and you must have paid up any outstanding XtraTime loan requests. So if you applied for XtraTime credit in the past, you must have paid that off before you make a new application. Now there are 9 MTN airtime bands ranging from 25 Naira to 3,000 Naira, and you are granted based on a credit limit. So depending on how much you spent 3 months prior to your application, and specifically the month before you make that application. So that information is held here on the FAQ page, so that frequently asked questions. Okay, list here the 6 criteria that I mentioned earlier. The bands are 25 Naira to 3,000 Naira, or between 25 Naira and 3,000 Naira. You can use your XtraTime credit for any of these things, so voice calls, SMS, MMS, prepaid data bundles, MTN backup, caller tunes, MTN Play. So those are the options you have with your XtraTime credit. Now, looking at the bands that they've mentioned here, the summary of the lending bands. So if you apply for the credit, you can find out if you're eligible by dialing *606#. If you apply for the credit, on the screen you'd see what bands you're eligible for, and the bands would be the criteria for the bands would be subject to what's on this page. So for 25 Naira, the total spend from the previous month would have to be between 50 Naira and 100 Naira. The amount of time you can spend on the XtraTime service would be 1 month. And I believe this MA balance is the maximum allowed balance. It's 5 Naira. So one of the criteria was that you needed to have between 0 Naira and 12 Naira in your main account. I believe that's what it refers to here. So your main account balance 5 Naira. So if your main account has 5 Naira, then you'd be eligible for 25 Naira at the time of application. If your main account has 75 Naira, then you'd be eligible for 3,000 Naira. So that is how 606 is the number you dial, *606# is the number you dial. These are the criteria on which they base the credit limit. And the other major thing that you must bear in mind is that this is not free. They don't give you the credit free. There is a 15% service charge. What does that mean? That means that if you apply for 100 Naira credit, they would only give you 85 Naira in your main account, in your XtraTime account. And if you've got 12 Naira in your main account, they will deduct 12 Naira from that 85 Naira. But if we leave it plain for now, you apply for 100 Naira, you've got no money in your main account, you've got no credits in your main account, you'd only get 85 Naira. When you come to top up, you must top up 100 Naira to clear that whole loan. So you can see 15 Naira disappears from your top up. That's a very expensive interest rate for a loan. But anything you do subsequently will come off. Any top-up recharges subsequently will come off to pay your XtraTime credit. Now, there are other terms and conditions. We've picked out some of the key ones that we think are quite pertinent. So just list 3. You can borrow more airtime provided you are within your credit limit. So you recall on the last page, if you had spent, let's see, go back to that last page. If you're eligible for, let's say you're eligible for 200 naira, but you only borrowed 100 naira. What this term suggests is that if you borrowed 100 naira the first time, you can go back and borrow 100 naira a second time, but you cannot borrow more than 200 naira in total until you've paid off what you borrowed in the past. So that's the first term and condition. The other ones are any airtime in your main account prior to requesting XtraTime will be used to partly offset any approved XtraTime airtime immediately the customer's XtraTime account is credited. So you apply for 100 naira, you get 100 naira. If you have 12 naira in your main account, it would offset the 85 naira that it paid to you. Remember the 15% credit service charge. The third condition, which you need to bear in mind, is that your XtraTime account will be charged first for any services you use if there is an XtraTime credit available. So once you've applied and they've granted you the credit, anything you do after that would come off your XtraTime credit, not off of your main account. Okay, so to remain up to date with MTN's terms and conditions, just go to this website, the terms and conditions website, which I am showing you now. It lists everything. Make sure you know what is on there. It lists here service charge of 15 naira, 15%. And the XtraTime airtime can be used for chargeable activities, including all of this listed here. So that's all interesting stuff. Now, this is where we give our verdict at dataplan.ng. Now, the truth is, 15% interest, 15% service charge, 15% is a lot of money. So, the suggestion would be, by all means, apply for XtraTime credit only in an emergency. If you can wait, wait. Wait till you have the money to do the top up yourself. Wait till you have a friend whose phone you can borrow. Wait till you're around a free Wi-Fi hotspot where you can browse and make your calls using WhatsApp. Just wait, if you can. If you cannot, bear in mind that there's a 15% charge and only borrow what you need to make your emergency phone call. That's it. You don't need to use an emergency to browse unless it's absolutely necessary. That is our verdict. Take care of yourselves. Until next time, this is Ura from dataplan.ng. Thank you.